we are. All right. Hello. Morning. So this is our first video. So what we're gonna do in Ball is Caitlin's there. We're each on our video. You're on your video, and we're learning practice. So Caitlin, what I'm not sure of is I have practice pulled up for me. Does InBall have a login yet, or is her schedule? Did you start to work on setting her up? So should we both be following along as you do the training?
Okay, to my
Okay, but to do that, she has to, you use InBall at Pelvic Path. So she needs to be able to log in to InBall at Pelvic Path in order to retrieve the password. And she doesn't have access to that yet because we are going to set all that stuff up at 10 o'clock. Perfect. So let's just go and she'll just watch and we'll watch. We'll watch on the screen.
so I don't have anything going
Correct.
on. Okay.
So now you're going to teach. Good. You've got your screen. We're recording. I'm just going to grab a notebook and I'll be right back and then we'll get started. You might, I don't know if you want a notebook. I like taking notes.
This is being recorded though, right?
It is being recorded.
Okay.
It's going to go into our training course,
And
you can watch it again.
Well,
so you can just kind of observe and take in without having to take notes. All right, floor is yours, my dear. Right. Yeah. Mhm. Can you scroll because I started some soap notes last week, but I don't think I signed them. So I'm curious if they show up. There they are. Susan, Goodars. Those are all my clients. So I knew that I didn't finish. Perfect. That's perfect. Right. We call Shockwave Shelly. That's her name.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yes. Quick question. Quick question. So if I want to just look at my calendar, like sometimes I look at the calendar in my manager brain and I'm like, what are all therapists doing? And then sometimes I look at the calendar in my PT brain and I'm like, okay, I'm going to treat and I just want to see my patients so that I can kind of go about my day. So would I do that through here and then access the notes and everything? Is this how I would do that? Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Perfect. Mm, mm, mhm. Right. Mm. It does. I'm glad we're recording this. I feel like I'll definitely have to like watch it a few times, but it's great. Mm. Caitlin, is it difficult if you check someone in and then it turns out that they couldn't show up? Is that a lot kind of on your end to fix it after the fact? Okay. Yeah, I like the idea of just checking everyone in the morning. So it's like when I chart review everyone in the morning, it could be my little mental check that I looked over things, you know? Okay. Yeah, for us to write the note, what I'm having to do is go to the left and hit patients. Yeah. And then I have to hit medical record and put the, so it's like a kind of a few clicks to get to the note, you know? Yeah, that's another thing. If it could be streamlined, like one click, that would be great. Because we're always going to be going right into note, from that or right into the chart.
You're talking about like from the schedule to the
Yeah,
patient.
from the
Yeah.
check-in, we're going to go right into like looking at their notes. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? We always do.
Yeah.
But it's like right now is like then find them. So it's like three
Okay.
clicks, and it'd be better if they can make the and they it seems like the EMR is kind of like they could design it to what we need. You know
Okay.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
as we're using it, it's like that would be really important to just like one click, open the chart.
Hmm.
Hmm. I mean, I'm used to it now, just click, 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 but it'd
Uh-huh.
be better to just be one.
Yeah. At the previous place I worked, the EMR had like you would like if a patient was there, you could like go to their basically go to their note,
Hmm.
and it would be like not checked in, but you could still like see everything, and that at like the top of that you could check them in, so it'd be
Yeah,
like you can review it with or without having to
check them in.
check in.
Hmm.
And this one's like you can only see the note if they are checked in.
I don't know. I don't
Okay,
think so. Like
okay,
you can go
that
back
makes
and
sense.
look at their past notes even without them being checked in. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah. It's just an extra step. Like our last EMR, there was no checking in. That wasn't a thing.
okay,
So, yeah,
got it.
everyone's a little different.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, great. Hmm. Oh, that is so nice. So, yeah, would he just go to my computer and just like sign his name like on my pad of my computer? I like that a lot. Yeah, good. And now we can go ahead and start it without them having done that. So perfect. Great. That's great. Hmm. Nope. Nope. Yeah, so let's just go ahead and do the training like independent of an AI scribe because maybe we just get used to the system first. It's going to be really important for evals, but I don't even really use it for notes. I really like the voice feature where I just click the microphone and I just talk. I
Hmm.
find that so fast.
And it's different than the microphone here, or that is the
It's
microphone
that
here.
button.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it.
It works really well, by the way, because it punctuates. Like it
Uh,
gives a it understands when you've finished a sentence and does a period, which is so much better than the one in intake queue, just so you know. Yep.
and then with just a question with that, with the narrative and the microphone setting, if the patient tells a really long story, do you end up with like a page and a half on the narrative, or does it kind of summarize
With
the
the
key
AI,
points? Yeah.
that's why I will talk about this, but that's why I don't like the AI scribe for
Okay.
follow-up notes. I want my follow-up notes to be super succinct. Like I
Yeah.
want to write them with as few words as possible.
Yeah.
So I like writing it myself with as
Okay.
few words as possible. That
Okay.
way, when I'm looking at what I did, I could read and it helps me a lot.
Okay.
But I'll still run the AI scribe for everything so that like if I have a really busy afternoon with my kids and I don't get to the note until a day or two after and I don't remember what I did, I
Hmm.
have the transcription and I could look at it.
Okay. Of like in the
Yeah,
entire
like if
thing.
I'm really in a
Yeah.
bind, I could copy paste and just use the transcription, but I end up with like a novel and I don't
Yeah.
want that. It's
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
But if a patient goes on and on and on and there's really important things and I'm thinking, what did they say? I never worry because I know that it's going to be on the transcription and I can read
Okay.
it.
Okay. Cool.
Hmm.
Does it do both then, like a transcription and a summary?
Hmm.
It does.
Hmm.
Okay. That's good.
Hmm.
That's nice. Cool.
Yeah. So
Okay.
sometimes like I'll just use its assessment because it's pretty good,
Uh huh.
you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I go back and forth.
Okay.
But that level of detail for evals is
Hmm.
excellent.
Yeah.
Like history of current condition, assessment, medical history. I really rely on
Hmm.
it for that.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. What's new for me is a symptom code. I've never seen that before. It's always been just a diagnosis code. Okay, so we'll have to meet and like figure that out. What should we do for right now? Like, what would you suggest? Uh-huh. Yeah, Ben can have it. Yep. Yeah. So, but this has to be done in order to sign a note, right? This is like kind of one of the constraints for getting the note signed. Is that right? Like we have to put a diagnosis code with a symptom code to sign the note. Is that correct? Okay. And I wonder, like, is maybe a question for your dad, like, what does the diagnosis code even mean? Because all the insurance asks for on a super bill is the ICD-10 code. It is an ICD-10 code. It's the same thing. Oh, well, no, no. I misspoke, I think. Yes, that's a diagnosis code. It's the symptom code. Like why I don't know what a symptom code is or like why we need to do that also. Cool. If it's not required, can we skip it? Can we just skip it every time or even have it? Awesome. That's perfect. And I would love to like even just have that taken off so we're not confused by it, you know, the symptom code. And then you and I could go through the diag codes, but just in the meantime, because I think it'll be a work in progress. Like even when we put in all the diagnosis codes, sometimes CMS changes their rules and we have to update our diagnosis codes. Or sometimes someone comes in and I want to use a diagnosis code that I've never used in the past because there's like thousands of diagnosis codes, you know? So so let's put in some common, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Right, put in like stress incontinence. What happens when you put in stress incontinence? Perfect. And put in prolapse. Perfect. And put in back pain. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, I think that's put foot pain. Okay, I think we could work with this. Yeah, totally. All right. Cool. So let's you and I, huh? Great. Awesome. That's
You
great.
can add diagnosis codes. Interesting. Wait, where do you get the? I see.
So that'll be like your help button.
Messages the telehealth.
That's how you start a telehealth appointment? Oh.
Oh.
And what's the question mark on the bottom right? Is that just like kind of pre-canned, you ask a question and it has an answer to commonly asked questions or something? Is that what that is? Mm, mm, I guess, yeah, flipping. Yeah, yep, yep. That's great.
Cool.
Wow, perfect.
And it's added to the patient chart.
I think she's adding it,
Like, I see the library.
yeah, to the library.
Got
Right.
it.
We're understanding you're adding it not to this chart, but to the library so that we can then select it for this chart. Yeah.
Oh.
Does the system, do you know, Caitlin, does the system have a preference? Because I know this is like kind of optimized for insurance. Does it have a preference that you do a certain number of diagnosis codes or does it care? Okay. Because perfect. I mean, I know we want to do ideally more than one because it just helps the client if they have a few different diagnosis codes for reimbursement. So,
Mhm.
okay, cool. Great. Good. And I love you do it once and then it carries through. So that's great. So for now, we're adding the diagnosis codes on a SOAP note, but in the future, when we're using this consistently, we would add the diagnosis codes at eval, they would stay there. And then we could always add more diagnosis codes or take a diagnosis code away later. That could be another training, but right. Okay, perfect. Hmm.
Is this during like a follow-up treatment where we document, or like what where where are we exactly? Like when do we use this? Is this just like I'm seeing the patient?
You're writing your follow-up note, your
Okay,
SOAP note
okay,
after
cool.
you've seen the patient.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so if you were writing a follow-up note, you would have the patient medical record just like on the left side, and then the like a smaller tab there for the right side, or is it usually just like a? I mean, I guess you could also just like full screen the
Yeah.
documentation panel.
Yeah, that's a good question. Like, kind of visually, can you make the SOAP note big so you like, yeah, just maximize it? Yeah, perfect.
Okay, that looks more like I'm
Yeah.
writing that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And then okay, and then if you're like, what is this patient's something something? Then you can make it smaller and see the medical record again. Got it. Okay, cool. Mhm. Can you have like a split screen where you see like last week's note and also this week's note that's open, so you could be like, oh, we measured your knee range of motion last week at 110 and we're measuring it this week objective measures at 120. Like are you able to open up kind of like last week's note and today's note at the same time? Right? So, that's a good question. Okay. Okay, so you could like minimize the medical record and like split screen between last week and this week, or last week and today. Okay, cool.
You put your cursor between the first column and the second column. Can you do that? Does it do that feature where you could like drag the middle column and make it small to make the left column bigger? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Does it? No, it doesn't have that feature.
And it doesn't have like a minimize thing for the medical record either. It doesn't have like the arrows. Like it doesn't have.
Right, like we're showing so much. I get there's so much stuff on the screen that it's like if she just wants to see what's on the left big and not see what's in the middle, can we take what's in the middle then and like press a minimize button so that the things get bigger on the left side and the right side? Hmm. Yeah. It's interesting because I think that's what makes this visually difficult is that there's so much going on one screen. And we're used to like you click something and that thing gets big and your brain is just reading this one thing. I think that's what's confusing about this.
Or oh, I was gonna say, or if there was something with like different tabs where you could like see the like today's documentation soap note open, and then like if there was like a bar like across the top here, you could be like medical record, soap note, like payment, and just kind of click across the top, but just like have this one open, if that
Yeah,
makes sense.
I know what you mean. I think we just
Uh-huh.
have to get used to the system and where things live.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Every system is just different. I'm just getting used to this system.
Yeah.
I know. It's like, where I wanted to live like this way. I think there's only so much we can uh, have it designed for us,
Mhm.
though. You know, um,
Okay.
I think, Caitlin, I think. as we work on all the different pieces, we'll just get used to it living the way it lives in this
Mm-hmm.
system. But I just think it's hard in the beginning. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Within two
I
weeks, it'll be fine.
I think so. I know it's tough when it's I'm right there with you. um okay, cool. So assessment, plan. Hmm. And when you hit assessment, now what does it have under assessment? What does it say? It wants you to enter, that's when you enter your diagnosis codes. It's at that point that it asks you. I feel like it asked it under S.
Oh,
Okay, so then let me just watch them again. So then you hit O, that's just writing, and then you hit A, and that's where you do the codes. And go back to O for a second. I just want to point out to Inbal, like I just write. I just skip this stuff where it says like body chart, outcome measures, like
okay.
it's all optional. I
Yeah.
just don't right now I'm just ignoring it.
Sounds
Let's
good.
just get used to this, right, Caitlin? And later, if we think, I don't want that to be there, or I want something else to be there, like we'll go back to that later. But right now, let's just get used to writing a note.
What's that add observation box? Like, what is that about?
Yeah,
Oh. And- But you could just like type that. You could just be like,
totally.
damn, like small right arm or something. Like,
Yeah. I think we use this in a really simple manner right now. Yeah.
yeah.
And do other people, I mean, do doctors use this? Is that what it is? And doctors, so not just physical therapists use this. So it's going to have features that we've never seen before because we're used to using EMRs that might be more designed for what we do. So I think that it has a lot of things that we're like, what is that? And we could just, I think, edit it out eventually. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. So I'm excited to see how we finish this out. So under plan, yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Cool. Great. Great. Oh, this is where it lives. So they have their own exercise library? Ah, I was wondering where this is.
Like Taylor strengthening or something. Program name or exercise name?
Guess you could name the program, it looks like,
Like
what you're doing.
like Taylor's HHE.
Status, instructions. Oh, wait, but can you choose? Can you like design an exercise program with pictures and all of that? Do they have that? I remember when we, ooh, what happens when you click add exercise? Oh. There are the exercises. So this is like, oh wow, this is a whole other thing for us to explore, like whole other side project, which for now, again, we'll just do exercise programs on HEP to go, get used to the system, and then we can piggyback and look at this and see if we like it and want to make it our own. But
Mm-hmm.
there, I was thinking to myself, where's the exercise program? They told me they have one, so that's great. I didn't know where it was located. Cool. Okay. Cool. So it's under POC. Ah, that's why I didn't find it.
Oh, a lot of time.
There are is very visually, I'm like, oh my God.
Like,
I feel like I need my readers on. I do need my readers on.
and sometimes trying to figure it out. It's like, okay,
We,
gotta
we
play
will
with
figure it
everything.
out, but it's like, oh my God. Okay.
It's under
And
scope, not put
just to
here.
let Inbal know, one of the things we're really excited about making this change is that when we add the exercise program, the patient on their side, and there'll be a separate training on this, their patient portal is going to be much easier for them, where
Nice.
they can get their super bills, they can view their exercise programs. So it's
Nice.
going to eliminate all the Inbal, I can you reprint the da da da? It's going
Yeah.
to take care of that. So
Okay.
there's a reason why we're learning this whole new system. It has
Nice.
amazing features that
Okay.
the other one doesn't have.
Good.
So just know that.
That's good.
That's
Yeah.
going to be awesome,
Nice.
right? For us and for them. It's going to be
Yeah.
great.
My
Hmm.
last place, you would like email or text the program. They'd be like, I can't find it. Can
Right.
you resend it?
Of
I didn't
course.
check my email. It's in my like, you're
And
like,
you're
oh
like
yeah.
working on a Sunday because they like want to know how many reps of blah, blah, blah. It's
Yeah.
right.
And
So
like,
it's
I
going to,
sent it here. Like, I didn't get it. Like, that's
yep.
the you problem.
Yeah, that's a
But
you problem. So this is meant to eliminate that.
good.
I mean, they'll probably still have tech issues, because they're people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So can you go over? Mm.
Wait, this is what the patient sees right now?
No, this
No.
is what we see. You'll do
Okay.
separate. Hold on. Yeah, I need you to show me how to complete a node because that was what I haven't been able to do is like complete it. What does EOC mean?
End of care? Maybe?
End of care?
I would guess.
Okay. Well, anyway,
I could be wrong.
EOC.
Just kidding. I'm wrong.
Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Got it. We'll circle back to that. I don't want you to be late for your appointment. So, did you show us how to sign the note? Okay. Okay. Great. Okay. Great. Perfect. Amazing. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. See you later. Bye. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So we're
Okay.
going to leave this and then I am going to go to Loom and we're going to